watching Force 13 Live. Hello and welcome to Force 13 Live this morning, or this evening, wherever you are around the world, and it's a bit of a special one this evening because we're talking about not only the current typhoon situation, which is what you're looking at on the imagery right now, but also about the latest from Chile. We'll be giving you news on the earthquake that has happened there in the last few hours. Let me introduce you to the Skype team and to myself first of all. My name is Nathan Foy and you can see my face, hello, and we're also joined by the Skype team right now. There's always some people at hand, no matter what time of day it is. This evening we've got Jason, Marcel and Caesar. Hello guys.
Hello. People.
Great to be here.
Fantastic. Jason, you seem to be the most on the ball with what's going on in Chile right now. That's probably the biggest story. Can you tell us the latest on what's going on?
Okay, so the very first important thing is that an earthquake that's an 8.4 earthquake happened near Illapel, Chile. And this occurred about...
Near where?
Illapel, Chile.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little bit north of Santiago, offshore.
Yeah. So it happened about 22 hours, 54 minutes and 33 seconds.
So that's UTC, so that would make
UTC.
it 2 hours ago. Nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, about 2 hours. At a depth of 25 kilometers. So yeah, that's the very first part of the situation, and then after that there was various other aftershocks.
Right.
So
Well, first, can you tell us? Obviously, magnitude 8.4. I've got from the Chilean seismology place. They said 8.4. And a depth of, what was it, 26 kilometers? That doesn't sound very much to me.
Yeah, it's not that major of a depth, really. It's quite close to the surface.
Well, isn't that a bad thing?
Yeah, the closer it is to the surface, the more dangerous it will become.
Of course.
Especially for the buildings and such.
Yeah, and have we heard anything about a possible tsunami yet? As far as I know, Hawaii are under a watch right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I just saw you post not so long ago on the text just before we went on air about breaking news that the tsunami's come ashore Chile or something?
The waves from the earthquake begin hitting Chile. It doesn't class as a tsunami, just waves. So,
okay.
Yeah, just large waves, that's all at the moment I'm seeing.
Alright.
Yep.
Well, we'll keep you updated on that. As soon as anything new comes in, we'll let you know. Well, tell us about the aftershocks first as well.
Oh, okay.
What is arriving to Valparaiso?
Sorry?
Valparaiso. Water? Sea water now enter to Valparaiso streets.
Is that
The streets.
okay?
Okay.
And Valparaiso is probably the largest city along the coastline that's near the epicenter of the earthquake, which has occurred northwest of Santiago. You look at the USGS page, it will tell you the distances from the major cities, I'm pretty sure, Jason. But tell us about those aftershocks.
So, yeah, after that 8.4, the USGS has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aftershocks. They range about in the 6.0s to the 5.0s.
Those are still quite significant in themselves, aren't they?
Yeah. So the first four, there's a 6.3, 6.1, 6.2, and 6.4.
Right.
But, yeah, and then after that, there's 2 more that are 5.7 and 5.3.
Okay, Lee, good morning. How are you doing? Was that you talking to us there? You sound a bit quiet.
Yes, no, it's because I was going down on my phone there.
Yeah, you're here now. Are you well knowledged about the earthquake scene?
Well, I knew there was a big radio in Kovan, but I didn't realise it was going to be in Chile.
Well, I remember what happened back in 2010 when there was magnitude 8.8, which occurred further south. I can't see this one being as bad as that, though it is a little bit early to be saying that, of course. Obviously, these earthquakes can have different circumstances. Of course, the one in Haiti wasn't particularly strong back in 2010, but caused a hell of a lot of damage. I guess it depends on the area, but I don't
Remember
think...
the Japanese one?
Yeah, that too. I don't think it'll be as bad as the 8.8 that we had 5 years ago in Chile, but it is still a very significant earthquake, 8.4 magnitude,
8.4.
which occurred to the northwest of Santiago. I'm just going to try and find out the latest information on where exactly the earthquake occurred. Yeah, it was 46 kilometers west of Illapel, Chile, I think it is.
Nathan, I'm guessing it wasn't long ago.
Sorry, what?
I'm guessing it just happened just
this
about an hour
is
ago.
A couple hours ago.
2 hours ago in just 2 minutes' time. 68 kilometers west-northwest of Salamanca, 105 kilometers north-northwest of La Ligua, and 229 kilometers north-northwest of Santiago. In fact, I'll show you the page right now, unless Jason wants to say something there.
Oh no, I'm just going to provide some graphics for you to display.
Well, here's the USGS page right now, showing a map, which I think is I guess what a lot of people want to see right now, so you can sort of get your bearings there compared to Valparaiso and Santiago, where the earthquake is marked by the star. It isn't a particularly the actual coastline that the earthquake has occurred on isn't a particularly urban area. The big urban centres to the south there, of course, the 2 big cities there, but no major cities along the coastline where the earthquake is. There are some towns and some smaller villages as far as I know, but so it could have been worse is what I'm saying, but it could still be a bad situation. We don't really know too much about what's happened yet. I'm sure all the information will come in over the next hour or 2.
Nathan, I can confirm there's been a few big aftershocks.
I could confirm from a while ago there was 1 fatality confirmed from the storm and several storm. I keep saying it. Earthquake. And several injuries, but anyway, as soon as we get any more information, I'll let you know. First of all, some comments. Everyone's saying hi. Augustin Antonetti says hi from Argentina. Hi, thanks for joining us.
Hi.
Lots of
Hola.
other people commenting as well. Hola. If you've got any questions in Spanish, Caesar and Marcel can answer in Spanish. Thank goodness.
Yes.
If you don't understand English. Yes, indeed.
It was an aftershock.
Don't worry,
5.7 half an hour ago.
we will be your translator.
You're the centre of Chile.
Marcel, do you get many earthquakes over in Colombia over there?
The last earthquake was in January, February.
February.
It was 6, 7.
Oh, significant then, yeah. I've just got some information. This has been translated, so I'm not sure whether this information means anything or not, but apparently in the North District, workers and facilities have not been affected. There's lots of evacuations going on. 3,200 evacuees along the coastline right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Sky News to let you know.
It's probably on every news outlet. To the north of Santiago, along the coast there.
At least 1 person has died. Major of collapse says man killed by collapsing wall.
Right. Yeah, that's probably how, if there are any other fatalities, how well, as you often see in earthquakes, lots of fatalities do happen
Chile and
from
Peru
falling
and
things.
Hawaii within the next several hours. We'll see some waves from it.
Yeah, Jason, do you know any more about the potential for the tsunami there over in Hawaii for our interests?
8.3 magnitude earthquake.
Let me check that graphic in the chat. It has timestamps of how long the distance between from the epicenter to, say, like Hawaii.
I can't.
I think it's about
I can't check anything unless you send it to me in the private message. Sorry about that.
So, from my understanding, I think it's about 15 hours. I think.
So far there have been 7 aftershocks. I think the biggest one was 7.6.
7.9.
7.9.
Yeah, 7.9. I've got it here.
Numbers do vary depending on which your depending on your source, but that is the situation. 7 aftershocks since the earthquake occurred just over 2 hours ago in Chile, or just off the coast of Chile. As I say, the distance is 46 kilometers or 29 miles west of Illapel in Chile. 229 kilometers or 142 miles northwest of Santiago. We're going to be on air for the next hour talking about the latest information from the Chile earthquake,
Nathan,
and also anything, and we'll obviously briefly be talking typhoons and hurricanes as well, as we often do on our shows. Lee?
Can I just say that Chile's actually been shaken quite a few times yesterday, like a few small earthquakes as a warning ahead of this massive earthquake this evening. Carry on.
Okay. Jason, anything to report over there? I want to try and get that map. Hold on. Let me just try and get that. You don't have to send it to me because I'm just going to find it myself. Oh, there it is.
Wait.
So, what you're looking at on your screen right now is a tsunami warning graphic.
Yeah.
Sorry, Marcel.
The water has arrived to Konkan streets and Barbary streets.
So you're telling me that water's flooding in, what was that place name called? Valparaiso, is it?
Valparaiso.
Yes, it's Valparaiso.
And there's apparently water flooding there. Is that confirmed? Who knows?
Maybe yes.
But Jason, walk us through this map that we're showing right now.
Okay. This graphic, it basically shows the tsunami propagation forecast. So it's like a like it gets the level of the sea and then adds the tsunami situation on top of it and tracks where the movement of the waves will go.
Oh, well, this is interesting, but I can't get my heads around. My heads? 2 heads? I can't get my head around it. It says the maximum there, that the scale goes up to 100 centimeters.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that they only have a potential of rising 1 meter above sea level. Is that right, or what?
Well, it's supposed so. It doesn't really show like the actual wave height. It just like gives an example of what might actually happen. But yeah.
But I suppose it gives us an idea of where the worst places might be, and I gotta say, we're sort of looking at maybe New Zealand there. Along with the west coast of the US, possibly Alaska. Not so much Hawaii, I don't think, when you look at that.
Yeah.
And possibly Fiji and Tonga and Samoa as well, maybe. But I don't think they'll see anything too bad.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Well, the only reason I say that, I mean, I don't want to downplay the thing too much, but I'm just making comparisons with the last, that 8.8 back in 2010. I don't know whether that was too different or not, but that didn't really amount to anything in terms of tsunami activity, did it? But certainly be looking out in Hawaii. There is a tsunami watch there, isn't there? Is there any news out in New Zealand there? Because It looks like they're in a worse place than Hawaii, I have to say.
Flooding's confirmed in Alarma.
I'll check the New Zealand Herald to see if anything's on their website.
What was that, Lee?
I'm saying flooding has now been confirmed in Alarma area.
Flooding confirmed.
Yes, it is confirmed now. It's serious flooding.
There's a tsunami warning for New Zealand after a strong earthquake.
Oh gosh, yeah, okay. Augustin, reporting from Argentina, says that the earthquake there was not very strong. I suppose it wouldn't be in Argentina, but that's good to know. And if anyone else has information for us watching the video right now, please send it in, and we'll try and verify that. I'm going to try and keep on top of everything. Hank wants to know what about Easter Island as well. Does anyone live on Easter Island?
I don't know how it's located.
Easter Island. Very populous. Easter Island.
Okay. Any comments for us? Please send them in on the YouTube page right now. And I'm sure even after we finish on air here, we'll be doing some more updates if necessary, depending on the situation, throughout the next 24 hours. And obviously we'll try and keep you up to date, but you're certainly most up to date if you're watching the stream right now. That has to be said. We'll also be looking at Typhoon Krovanh very shortly, which is headed towards the Japanese islands. There will probably curve out to sea, could become a significant typhoon, and possibly developments in the Atlantic. But of course the headline story right now is the current situation in Chile, where magnitude 8.3 or 8.4 earthquake has occurred just off the coast of Chile, to the north of Valparaiso, and 142 miles north-northwest of Santiago, the capital of Chile, and 8.3 by the USGS, that's what they said. The Chilean seismological place, I'm not sure its full name, said it was 8.4, and that there have so far been 7 aftershocks ranging from magnitude 5 to magnitude 7.9. Was that, Lee?
Yes, it was 7.9, yeah. Just the past hour or so.
And that earthquake occurred, the initial earthquake, the 8.4, occurred at 10:54 PM UTC, which would have been just over 2 hours ago. I'm not sure what the time is in Chile.
It's behind us, so
it's going to be 4 or 5 hours behind, I
10
think.
p.m.
4 hours behind.
10 p.m. Yeah.
Alright.
And tsunami watch is for Hawaii.
And tsunami warning in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Even New Zealand's going to get some waves.
Well, possibly. I think they're in potentially more trouble than Hawaii.
Yes, I agree with that.
Checking the New Zealand Herald has some stuff about it as well.
Might get small waves in New Zealand, but I don't think it'll be significant though.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that in just a moment. In the meantime, let's take a look at the latest imagery from the Himawari satellite of Typhoon Kovan. It's a Category 1 typhoon with winds of, I think it's still 75 miles an hour, unless there's any news on that one, Jason. I've not been looking at the latest file. I'll take a look at that, actually.
Could you screen share on Skype?
Well, there's nothing to look at, it's just a picture of the storm, to be honest. But the latest information, actually, yes, we do have news. Kovan has intensified significantly since the last update and is now up to 90 miles an hour. And a pressure of 963 millibars, as Lee says there, nearly a Category 2 storm. I'll show you the track map for that from the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre. This was earlier on at 9 PM. They haven't issued the latest track map yet. No real threat to anywhere apart from the Japanese Ogasawara Islands, as it moves towards the northwest there and then curves north and then off towards the northeast. Could be at its peak intensity as it passes those small islands off the coast of Japan.
At the moment they're forecasting Cat 3 to come from it.
I think it's going to be higher than that now.
Maybe a 4.
Yeah, possibly a 4. We'll be looking out for that. Also, quickly looking at the Atlantic, we do have Tropical Depression 9, which has formed. There will be news on that in 2 hours, I think. But as it is a tropical depression with winds of 30 miles an hour, so still got some work to do if it's going to become a tropical storm. And then it's the NHC say it's going to head towards the northwest without becoming a tropical storm, so we won't get Ida out of this. There is also another area of interest with 80% chance in the next 5 days, that is 95L, and another system in the Gulf of Mexico with 20% chance in the next 5 days, but 0% chance in the next
Yes, and there's an interest
48
tagged as well in the Central Pacific as well.
Yeah, well, I'll be coming on to that very shortly indeed.
Oh, sorry,
the East Pacific, a disturbance there, 10% in the next 48 hours.
40%.
What?
40% right now.
I'm about the East Pacific here.
Oh, Central. Sorry.
And 30% in the next 5 days. And in the Central Pacific, that is right, 40% on this system here, which is that going to be in the Westpac soon?
Oh, models have it kind of doing another Loki, I think.
Oh, goodness me.
Playing with the mind.
My goodness, we'll check out the models on that very soon indeed. But first of all, guys, any news?
Any news?
Any news? Nothing today.
Regarding anything at all, I guess.
Only that 94L is wrecked.
That's untagged now, that's...
That 94L is long gone, the invest off the coast of Mexico. Caesar was probably hoping it'd be a tropical storm. Living in Mexico.
94L only affected Veracruz, but nothing important.
Yeah, okay. So,
Blah blah blah.
alright, just to confirm, a tsunami warning is in effect for New Zealand. A tsunami watch, is that still in effect for Hawaii? Yes, I believe so. After a magnitude 8.4 earthquake occurred off the coast of Chile. And we'll be keeping you up to date on any information regarding what the situation is on the ground in Chile. If anyone else knows any information, please let us know. We'd love to be in the loop along with the other information that is coming in all the time. I don't think there is anything particularly new at this time, so I'll just recap that there has been one fatality confirmed in Chile already. What was that? A man who got...
a man got hit by a collapsing wall.
A collapsing wall there.
Yes.
And I wonder if...
Sadly died, unfortunately.
And there were reports of several injuries as well, but I'm not sure whether that is... how many or how serious those injuries are.
Well, about the earthquake, Clemente Aranguiz says that the earthquake it felt in his house very, very strong.
Yeah.
Whose house?
And of Clemente.
Okay.
He says that all the house was moving and crashing.
August in Argentina says apparently they're evacuating some people in Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina, of course.
Bad in Argentina, so I'm surprised.
I'd imagine that was pretty far away from the epicenter. I guess that's a precautionary measure. But yeah, apparently evacuations occurring in Buenos Aires. But certainly lots of evacuations. Sorry, Lee. Over 3,000 so far along the coast of Chile, probably more. Lee?
Well, I said they were actually predicting quite a big earthquake months ahead, actually. They just weren't too sure exactly where it was going to be. But there we are, it's coming Chile.
Hi, Devon.
Devon Logan Klein has joined. Is that your full name?
Hey. So what are we talking about right now?
Sorry?
What are we talking about right now?
We are live right now. I don't know what you said. Hi, John. John's joined us as well. Welcome back.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the earthquake and typhoons. but mainly talking about the Chile earthquake at this time. We will stay on air longer than build if we have to, but at the moment we will be on air for the next hour until the start of the next hour, 3 AM local time here at Force 13 HQ, which would equate to I think 11 o'clock over in Chile. John, how are you?
I'm fine. I just finished eating, having dinner, so I'm back now.
Alright, if you wouldn't mind muting yourself when you're not talking, just because of the fan in the background or something.
I need to say
Chile earthquake magnitude 8.3 quick codes.
That was my computer.
Yeah, that's right.
y para los que ven esto desde las regiones de Chile, les informamos que acá estamos para responder sus dudas y sus preguntas.
And that's Force 13 Spanish service there, provided this evening by Marcel Holos. I don't know what he said.
Don't worry.
Caesar, translate.
No, we don't need to translate. We're probably doing the same information.
Not yet, John.
Similar.
Alright, sure. Well,
Okay, ice.
Quiet you, John. I just want to show the shake map as well right now from the USGS. They provide shake maps of every earthquake that occurs. They put it down as a magnitude 8.3. Chile say it was a magnitude 8.4. Little difference really. There you can see the shake map. Orange areas near the centre there, possibly into what would that be? Grade 8, which would be severe perceived shaking, moderate heavy potential damage near the epicenter, and certainly significant effects felt probably as far as Santiago, particularly to the northwest of Santiago and around what was it, Valparaiso as well. I hope I'm getting that name right.
Yeah, I don't know Chile very well, but you are.
But I'll open the floor to everyone. Whoever would like to speak next, go ahead. Okay, that's no one.
Hi.
Yeah,
I'm actually hearing about an aftershock.
Well, there are also images coming in now of flooding in some locations. I'm trying to triangulate what location that is. I think it's Valparaiso. There is some flooding occurring there. I've seen it. It's not really bad, at least from preliminary images. It's probably a few centimeters deep near the coast by the looks of things. I can't really make too much out of those images, but preliminary images showing that that waves from the tsunami have crashed ashore and are causing a certain amount of flooding. We don't know exactly how much just yet. Tsunami warnings in effect for New Zealand, tsunami watch in effect for Hawaii, and any other information.
There's a warning around Peru as well for that tsunami.
Pardon?
As well. There's a warning around Peru for tsunami as well.
Yes. Peru all
Just
the way
add
up,
that in there.
all the way up the west coast of the Americas should be remaining vigilant for that. Jason, have you got some news there?
I'm just looking at the approximate times that if a tsunami was to occur.
Right.
So in about, say, 3 hours, whatever wave height is going to affect Easter Island.
And what are your findings?
Sorry guys, powerful glitches says that currently 14 people are injured in about the tsunami or earthquake in Chile.
Alright, thanks for the info. So apparently 14 injuries. We do know of at least one fatality that's occurred so far, unfortunately. And we'll obviously keep you up to date. I'm trying to find some sort of map as well.
Y
that's interesting.
aquí seguimos con el servicio en español de Force 13, aquí en vivo desde YouTube, aquí les traemos la última información sobre el terremoto de Chile y
Oh, there it is.
y
That's
el
the one I
terremoto
was
de
looking
Chile y se dice que el agua ya ha entrado a ciudades como Valparaíso y Concón y también que hay un muerto y 14 heridos. Ya les traeremos mayor información sobre este terremoto y tsunami. Seguimos con nuestra información en inglés.
Okay.
Chickens are flicking our nose.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
what he said in
I
Italian.
just want to screen share this with you guys actually because we're looking at a map right now showing the latest tsunami travel time map. I think you can see it. Yes, there it is. Showing that, well, it will reach the coast of Peru within 2 hours, 3, 4 in some places. By the time 8-9 hours it will reach Mexico, the Baja California Peninsula by the time we get to 10, 11, 12 hours, and then the coast of the United States when we move on to 13, 14, 15 hours, same time period for New Zealand, same time period for Hawaii as well. Alaska around 18 hours from now, well, I don't say from now, I mean 16 hours from now because it occurred 2 hours ago. And it'll reach Japan after 22, 23 hours, Philippines after 24 hours by the looks of things, and I don't think it'll be particularly strong by then, do you? If there's anything at all.
Never mind. Could this affect any? Could this affect any development in the Pacific? You know, because
I highly doubt that.
I'm stupid. I was just wondering because I'm wondering if the waves are gonna churn up cooler waters from the bottom, or El Niño is way too strong, it wouldn't affect it.
To be quite honest, I haven't got a clue, John. But where's Easter Island on that map? Does anyone know?
I don't know what Bressanua is.
6 hour mark, maybe?
Sorry?
Did you see that little dot around a 6 hour mark, maybe?
Yeah, I thought it could be that, but I think that might be a bit far out. But certainly won't take too long for it to reach there, though it won't have got there yet, I don't think. I think you might be right with that one, John.
What?
I can't think of it being one of those closer ones, they look too close. But there we are.
Something on my printer.
Sorry?
Someone's coming on my printer.
Well, don't forget, you guys on the Skype call right now, you can screen share your own things as well. If you've got anything to show us, but go right ahead. Now, Jason, can you tell us what? I don't know if you want to screen share this tide gauge story. It would be nice to see that if you don't mind, and explain what.
I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh, are you?
Here. Yeah.
That's a problem.
I just have to provide the link that I can do at the moment.
Alright, well, if there's any questions for us right now, please get in touch. I'll answer any English questions. I'm sure Marcel and Caesar has the finger on the pulse. Answering your Spanish questions, because I can't speak Spanish, but they can. That's handy, isn't it? Caesar, Marcel, have you been looking at the comments?
Yes, I'm looking at the comments.
Nathan, that little dot for 6 hours could be Easter Island.
Could be, okay.
It probably is, because I'm looking at a picture, Google Earth,
right.
And I'm comparing it to, let me screen share this for a second, if possible.
Oh boy. Apparently, Arica is being massively evacuated. I'm not entirely sure where that is, but hopefully that helps someone. There are lots of evacuations going on. I don't know how many in numbers exactly anymore, but I think there's been another aftershock that occurred.
There was a 5.0.
Yeah, 5 magnitude. Actually, there were 2. 40 minutes ago there was a 5.0 and a 5.3 occurring just 7 minutes after that.
Yeah. I think there'll still be
Also,
Aftershocks.
it's a
there's gonna be
evacuation in
Sorry.
Easter Island.
What was that?
Clemente says that it's a massive evacuation in Easter Island.
Oh, right.
So there you go, the repopulation. Yeah,
You
that's
will be
Easter
the first place to
Island
see the effects.
Yeah,
4 hours.
yeah, it won't
Look on Google Translate.
It'll take
3
about
hours.
3 hours and a half, three and a half hours to get to Easter Island, yeah. So I think there have been 10 aftershocks now, is that right?
yes, it is. Yeah.
Too many aftershocks.
I think there's more though.
It's like that day that happened
Breaking news!
when Michael just spammed earthquakes.
Well,
Easter Island is being evacuated. Easter Island is being evacuated. Waves are entering to La Serena.
okay. No yawning on air.
It's wave height in excess of 14 feet.
What was that? Wave heights in excess of 14 feet, you said?
Yes.
So where is that exactly, do you know?
The tide gauge offshore of Coquimbo, a Chile seaside city.
Yeah, I think that must be pretty close to the thingy, the epicenter. Apparently the waves are on Serena. I'm not sure where that is. I'm not very good at the geography around here, unfortunately. I don't live in Chile, but yeah, there are many aftershocks occurring right now.
Okay.
Sorry?
A graphic of that gauge. So yeah.
Where?
Oh, pressed the wrong there.
You pressed the wrong button.
Tired. I have to yawn again, but I'm muted.
Okay. Let me just remind people where exactly this earthquake occurred then whilst we wait for Jason. This occurred...
Bodies.
Sorry, what was that, Lee?
Very confused, confirming something. There's a dozen bodies being recovered from this as well.
That wouldn't be a surprise, unfortunately. This earthquake has occurred 46 kilometers west of Illapel in Chile, 68 kilometers west-northwest of Salamanca, 105 kilometers north-northwest of La Ligua, 116 kilometers south-southwest of Valle, I think it is, and 229 kilometers north-northwest of the capital, Santiago. And there has been significant shaking around the area, almost and possibly as far as Santiago. John?
Did you butcher any of those?
Quite possibly. I'm sure people will tell me in the comments if I have. There we go.
There you go.
We're trying to do a service here as best we can.
Yes.
Even if I get the names wrong, I'm sure people will forgive me.
Please forgive Mr. Nathan Foy. He's not
Yeah, well, it's like anywhere pronouncing English names, leafy villages in the United Kingdom.
Guys, the people are saying that the person that has just died, it was 86 years old, caused by a heart attack.
Oh, I see, a heart attack.
So there was
Yes.
unrelated.
Yes, I just received that news actually. Yes.
Talking to me.
Sorry, Devon?
Oh, sorry if you hear Google, it won't stop talking to me.
Your sound isn't the best, I'm afraid, Devon. It sounds like you're on the moon.
It does, doesn't it?
Keeps talking to me, sorry if you hear talking.
Oh, please mute yourself if you can, if you're not talking to us.
Breaking news! Sounds of breaking news!
What's the news, Master?
President can go in Kimbo up to 5 feet.
Coquimbo, 15.1 feet I'm seeing there from Marcus Monroe, who's just posted.
Another death is confirmed.
Oh.
Now 2 victims.
Any news on the second one?
Yeah.
Let me... 2 victims, 15 injured. Let me ask them.
What?
Oh, you're just reading that in the comments, I see.
I'm looking at it.
Of a wall and now first from
Sorry, one at a time.
attack.
Pizza italiano.
This is neat.
What's that, John?
This is neat. It's not that these guys had satellite. Look at that.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
that's really nothing new.
So excuse me.
You're excused.
It's a TD9 and then we have possible TD.
Yeah, we will be looking more at the tropics very soon.
I'm getting quite busy.
So there's a couple of arrival times in the chat.
The best that it was from a fall of a wall. A wall falling.
Well, we're getting conflicting reports whether it was a falling wall or a heart attack, or possibly both, since there's been 2 confirmed fatalities at this point.
Forster to track. Provide on.
So this earthquake occurred, the initial one occurring at what time? 10:54 p.m. UTC, which is now 2.5 hours ago. So it's happened. It's not exactly breaking anymore, but there are still aftershocks coming in. There have been at least 10 so far. How many have there been now, Jason? Do you know?
Let's see. I don't see any new ones.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Last one was about 30 half an hour ago.
Half an hour ago.
Y aquí volvemos con Force 15 en español. Se confirma la segunda muerte por un infarto, que se suma a la primera muerte por la caída de un muro. Seguiremos informando.
Well, it says that one victim died because a wall fell into him.
Yeah. But another was a heart attack then. That would make 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, obviously information.
Oh, we have another confirmed earthquake as well.
Earthquake there?
A 5.6 and
so when did this happen?
San Luis province, Argentina.
Devon?
Oh, sorry.
Is there anything you wanted to say there?
Sorry, I just speak in Italian when I get mad.
You speak in Italian when you get mad?
Yeah.
I see.
Okay.
2 people died. Would you get mad?
Yes.
Yeah, that is.
We have noticed.
It's confirmed that there have been 2 fatalities so far. There have been several injuries, at least 15, and there have been 15-foot waves affecting the coast of Chile so far in response to the earthquake, meaning that at least that height of waves is probably heading across the Pacific. Is that right? Do you think they'll still be?
Right.
Do you think they'll still be large by the time they reach these islands? I mean, I guess Easter Island, they're expecting something. They've evacuated the whole island, have they?
I'd have to say that's like a 50% chance.
How do you evacuate the island? I guess you
Alright,
airlift them all.
That's a good question, Dave.
Breaking news.
How would I evacuate?
Jason,
islands?
go ahead in the so-called newsroom over in Australia.
Oh, fine.
So it's confirmed that 15.1 foot tsunami reported in Coquimbo.
Coquimbo.
So it's confirmed that a 15.1 foot tsunami happened there.
So that is actually down as a tsunami then, 15.1 feet.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, tsunami watch for
Yeah.
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ecuador.
Tsunami. I just saw something. Tsunami watch Ecuador.
All right. Well, that's big news as well. Was it a watch in Peru?
Yes, it's a watch in Peru, yes.
And no warnings anywhere else except New Zealand.
Costa Rica? Any?
I think Hawaii's under the warning, I think.
Let's see if there's anything for Fiji or Samoas.
I'm just typing all the information in on the text here right now, if I can spell.
Nathan?
Yes.
There's a little brief. I think 95 L is still 70% for hours.
Yeah.
What about Colombia?
Colombia.
Yeah.
The Pacific area disturbance. 10%.
Well,
Yeah.
Marcel's in Colombia. Do you live near the coast, Colombia? Marcel.
I think Marcel isn't here with us.
Yeah, Marcel's away.
And Clemente says that power outages are in almost all the countries of Chile.
Caesar, is there any news coming out of Mexico? Because there could possibly be some effects there too.
Minor warnings, but the effects maybe will not felt in Oaxaca, and Guerrero will be the...
Yeah, they're the southernmost provinces, aren't they, on the coast there?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, well, Easter Island is being evacuated. Not sure entirely how. By boat, by plane? Probably not by boat.
3 fatalities.
Question, definitely.
3 fatalities.
It must be by plane. So 3 confirmed fatalities. Is that true, Devon?
Yep, I found another one. A house fell on top of this man.
Yeah, well, that is unfortunately probably one of the most common causes of fatalities that would occur there, that would occur from an earthquake. It's either something falling or heart attacks or things like that.
Yeah.
We will stay on live. We will stay live rather for at least the next half hour, possibly longer, as long as there's any new information coming in. As long as we see fit, really. Can't stay here all day, but we obviously want to provide you the latest information in the first hours of the aftermath of this significant earthquake that's occurred, the biggest one I guess in 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. Certainly the biggest one I can remember in the area since 2010, when an 8.8 earthquake occurred along the coast of Chile, and that caused 525 fatalities. I don't expect this one will be as bad, but I do. There's still a big possibility that it could cause significant problems, and already it's most likely wrecked many lives, including 3 fatalities. John.
Okay. 9L is not going to develop into anything. Probably just going to just stay at depression and probably fall apart.
Okay. Let me show people a travel time map again for this potential tsunami. It will reach Easter Island in the next 3 hours, we expect.
About that, Nathan, answering your question, Clemente says that some people will evacuate it by plane and other people will climb a mountain in that island.
Oh, I see. Well, good job they have a mountain, I have to say. Because some places don't, do they? Some islands don't have
4.9. 4.9 aftershock.
So that's a breaking aftershock. That's number 11.
Okay.
The aftermath of the earthquakes is the miniature earthquakes are coming down. I just found that. Whatever they're called, the aftermath miniature earth. Whatever they're called. It says aftermath. I don't know if that's true.
And now the aftershock.
Another aftershock is confirmed.
Aftershock.
So that was a 4.9 aftershock, and where did that occur? Near the epicenter of the big one?
I don't know, but Clemente says that it's very strong.
Okay, well, we're just going to take a short break from the earthquakes, well, I guess it is earthquakes plural. I just want to, because those of you who are new to the channel, we often do tropical storm tracking. That's what our main focus is. Earthquakes are very much a side focus, but we do keep you updated and in the loop on that situation as it develops. I just want to take a quick look at what the current computer model is saying. John, your keyboard is so loud it's overpowering me.
Okay, I was just moving my computer.
Oh, well, do it quietly. I just want to screen share the latest model runs right now.
Okay.
First of all, the wind swathe for Tropical Depression 9, which has formed in the Atlantic. You can see here it's expected to become a weak tropical storm before moving towards the northwest out in the central Atlantic. Can you see it now?
Yes, I can see it.
Seems I can at least. Very short-lived and not much.
I can't see it.
Not much to say about that. And it won't affect any land areas.
I'll be back.
95L is expected to become a tropical storm, and the HWRF model at least says it will become a hurricane as it moves towards the northwest, though the models do say it will curve out to sea and again will not affect any land areas. That may be Tropical Storm Joaquin. 95C is currently located in the Central Pacific, and you can see here it's not expected to enter the West Pac, but to stay in the Central Pacific and move a little bit east of north, and quite possibly become another Cat 2, Category 2 hurricane in that area. And finally, Typhoon Krovanh is expected to become a Category 3, could become a Category 4, just 2 knots shy of that on this forecast model, and that could pose a threat to some of the offshore Japanese islands, but certainly no threat to the mainland.
I can't see anything still because I'm still seeing. Oh, there. Now I can see it now.
Yeah.
Took its time.
Yeah, you missed it.
I know!
We'll take a look at some more model runs in a moment. But first of all, we should talk more about the earthquake, because that is the main point of tonight's show. It has been put together specially for it. We did really decide to go live very much of a spur of the moment. So, guys, any more news whilst I was just saying that?
I think nothing.
It looks like a bird. Oh, there it goes. Now it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some
graphics.
Some information right now.
Fast.
But there doesn't appear to be any news at this point. So we've had 11 aftershocks since the initial earthquake, which occurred at 7:54 local time in Chile. That was 10:54 p.m. UTC. The current time in UTC is 1:38 a.m. Local time in Chile right now would be 10:38 p.m. Marcel, are you here? I guess not. Where's he gone?
Oh, here we go. An update on Santiago, Chile. Airports resumed normal operation following the earthquake.
Okay.
So, yep, that's a good sign.
Where was that?
Santiago, Chile, the
Oh,
airport.
the capital. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that they have a main airport there, but if there's any other airports there as well, they're probably running too. So air transport at least is not affected. I didn't really expect Santiago to have too much of a bad affair out of this storm. Storm, I keep saying it. Earthquake.
I know.
I'm sorry. I can only apologise. I'm so used
I
to
know, I
storms.
think it's because you're used to talking about storms there.
But I just want to recap what the information is to do with this storm. This earthquake. My God. A magnitude 8.3 according to the USGS, magnitude 8.4 according to the Chilean Seismological Service. This earthquake occurred 46 kilometers west of Illapel in Chile, 68 kilometers west-northwest of Salamanca, 105 kilometers north-northwest of La Ligua, 116 kilometers south-southwest of El Valle, I think it is, and 229 kilometers north-northwest of Santiago. The area around Valparaiso is reporting significant waves. One location, what was the name of the location?
Okay, nice.
Coquimbo.
Coquimbo. reported 15.1 feet. Was that right, or was that somewhere else? But somewhere reported 15.1 feet, which is very significant. That's probably that's probably 2 stories high at least, right?
Yeah.
A little bit less than that. Maybe 1.5 to 1.5 stories, probably.
Certainly significant now.
It's definitely on the lookout.
Tsunami warning in effect for New Zealand. Is that still in effect? Probably. Tsunami watches for Hawaii, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia. Any other locations? I didn't hear them if there were.
No, I didn't hear nothing.
But as soon as any other news arrives, obviously, you'll be up to date in the next 20 minutes or so, unless we decide to continue.
I'm not sure that waves will arrive in Colombia because it's in the other side of the coast.
Yeah, I did think that. I think it's more of a precautionary measure over in Colombia. Peru and Ecuador quite possibly will get worse conditions than that. But I'm most concerned personally looking at one of those maps about New Zealand, possibly Fiji and Tonga and Samoa, and maybe the west coast of Mexico and Alaska.
And we have an update.
Go ahead, Marcel.
There's no available data. A major tsunami is not expected to strike the state of Hawaii.
What's not expected? A tsunami, did you say?
A major tsunami. A major tsunami.
A major tsunami, yeah. Chippy Tube says anything, or I suppose they mean any news for Canada, British Columbia. I expect it's not going to be much of an event there, in my opinion, but I'm not entirely sure on that. It probably won't be. What was that?
I'm beginning to fall asleep here, but I have to
John, don't fall asleep.
I think you can't afford for me to sleep on there.
Oh, well, you can always go to sleep if you want, but just don't do it on air.
I'll say stuff for New Zealand.
What was that? Devon, would you mind? We're hearing terrible feedback on your mic at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff like that as well. Jason, go ahead.
The Ministry of Civil Defence Emergency Management, the MCDM in New Zealand, has issued, the tsunami warning is still going. It's a marine and beach threat for East Cape, Chatham Islands, Coromandel, and the Banks Peninsula.
Right.
It will remain active until they say otherwise.
Okay. Caesar, anything to report?
Well, I'm just answering the question of Stevie too, but about Canada, but no, the tsunami will not reach Canada coast.
Yeah, probably not. Do you get any earthquakes in Mexico?
It's very common to have earthquakes in the center of Mexico and the south of Mexico, but in the north, yes, there are no activity. So I never felt an earthquake in my life.
Wow, me neither, I have to say.
I might have felt the brief one a couple of years back. That was probably the Virginia one.
Yeah, but imagine being near the centre of this one. It is a sparsely populated area of coastline near the epicentre, but
that's thankful.
8.4. It's apocalyptic.
I think this was the second worst compared to that Japan one in 2011.
Well, it's not as strong as the one in 2010.
No, it is not.
That struck Chile, and of course there was one back in 1960, which was 9.4 was that, I think?
Oh, could I confirm something?
Yes, go ahead, Lee.
That's breaking news here. Off the coast of Central Chile, there's been a 6.2 12 minutes ago.
So that's another aftershock there, a 6.2.
That's quite a significant aftershock, that's 6.2.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the larger ones, isn't it?
Just 12 minutes ago.
That message that you said about 1960?
Yeah.
The strongest earthquake ever recorded on Earth happened in Chile, a magnitude 9.5.
Yeah, 9.5.
More than 5,000 people.
Yeah, that absolutely, and it's a whole one order of magnitude higher than this one, which speaks volumes, I suppose. And with less, possibly lesser building standards at the time. How much worse that one probably was, and it could be inevitable that may happen again one day in the future, but we're dealing with this one, a magnitude 8.4 that's occurred at 10:54 p.m. UTC local time. That's 7:54 p.m. 12 aftershocks so far. The biggest one a 7.9, the most recent one a 6.2. Tsunami warning in effect for New Zealand. Tsunami watches in effect for Hawaii, Peru, Ecuador and Colombia. And I certainly think that people along the west coast of Mexico, the United States, Alaska, should be watching out for this as well, though I don't think it'll be too bad there. Same too for all the Pacific Islands, and I think that's it. Marcel, would you like to give an update in Spanish? You haven't done that for a while.
Bueno, y aquí volvemos con cosas en español y se dice que hay olas de 15 pies en Coquimbo. Además, en la Armada chilena dice que hay olas hasta
terrible noise in the background.
en la ciudad de Coquimbo.
Sorry Marcel, we barely heard that because of terrible noise in the background from some people. Caesar, what's going on?
Well, some people are asking if Argentina will be affected by the tsunami.
No, absolutely not.
And Justin Deming is saying hi.
Hello.
Here.
Why does it Justin come on the call? He's on the team.
5.6 aftershock.
So there's another one.
Yep.
It's Justin Deming. And Jose confirmed that in Costa Rica there are no warnings to.
Okay. Devin, go ahead.
There are no warnings to that.
Devin?
Yes?
Were you going to say something?
Oh,
Omar.
can I do an update in Italian? So I can do one in Spanish?
Tsunami llega a las costas
Oh, you want to do one as well? I didn't know you could speak
Italian.
Spanish. Italian?
Yeah.
Do people speak Italian down there?
No.
Oh. Well, if there's any Italians watching...
I only know one word in Italian.
We'll do an update in Italian if there is popular demand.
Okay.
So, if there's any Italians watching and want an update in Italian to help out, say that in the comments. Omar Alexander Arboleda Liza, a very long name. Colombia, please, apparently wants an update. Marcel, you're in Colombia, tell us what the situation is there.
Marcel.
Marcel run off again.
Bueno, yo le contesto. No hay ningún aviso de tsunami para Colombia, entonces no hay de qué preocuparse. Para la gente de Colombia no sentirán los efectos. And that's all.
Okay. Colombia probably going to be pretty safe, don't you think? Would you think that, Caesar?
Sorry, what did you say?
Colombia, do you think they're pretty safe?
Well, Colombia will not feel that the effects of the tsunami, so the people in Colombia don't need to be worried about that.
Okay, well that's good news.
I'm trying to add Justin to this call, which is your best.
We are Force 13. We actually specialise in tropical cyclones such as typhoons, and that's what we're looking at right now. Here's the latest image of Typhoon Krovanh, which has recently been upgraded to wind speeds of 90 miles per hour and a pressure of 963 millibars. It will come into focus in a moment, bear with me. Guys, what do you think of this? How's it looking right now? Well, when we can see it, there it is.
There we go. Nice eye.
The eye developing nicely there in the centre of the storm.
You can see those outflows.
Well, Krovanh should be
Isn't it?
classified as a Cat 2 storm.
Yeah, certainly on its way to becoming a Category 2 typhoon, with winds of 100 miles per hour plus. That could be a threat to these little islands here, which you can see on the map, all of them. The Ogasawara Islands, these islands here. I'm not sure whether these ones down here are populated or indeed have a collective name. Yeah, at least one of them is a volcano island, if not all. But certainly a threat to all of those. Devon, was that you?
Yeah.
Well, we're struggling to hear you, Devon.
How do you know the name of the typhoon?
The name of the typhoon, Kovan.
It's Cambodian. It's a mountain named after a mountain.
Named after a mountain in Cambodia. Well, you learn something new every day. That storm is not going to be a threat to the mainland of Japan, but could affect some of those islands that you saw. We will be flitting back and forth with the storms here, but we're going to be mainly talking about the earthquake, of course. Magnitude 8.4 occurring off the coast of Chile. We'll get back to that very shortly. First of all, here's Invest 95C. It's taken a while to load this evening. There it is. Looking better.
Yes, looks better. And Jose from Costa Rica says that only warn the people need to watch the sea in case of the increase of the waves, but no warnings are in effect.
Yeah, Costa Rica, similar to Colombia, really. Then again, no, they're a little bit more on the edge, aren't they? Probably similar to Ecuador in that case. Costa Rica. You said Costa Rica, didn't you?
Yes, Costa Rica
will see the arrival of the wave. We expect in. Well, look at the map here. I'm trying to read off it. What is it? 8 hours from the time of the earthquake, which is 3 hours ago now. So that's down to 5 hours. So 5 hours from now, Costa Rica. Oh no, 4 hours from now, Costa Rica will probably see the earthquake. The potential tsunami, by no means a certainty. Less than that for all other points in South America. It won't be until late tonight in Hawaii when the shock arrives there in the water, at least. If not by morning. Trying to figure out the time zone. Hopeless.
Is the arrival times on here? I'll post them in the thingy.
What's that?
Here we go.
And Toy Galia says hi to everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Toy Galia. And
Nice to meet you. In the meantime, I'm trying to find any.
Golfo de Peñas, Chile has. So whatever happened from the tsunamis supposed to happen there.
Hola, Galia.
I'd like to report some more news. The tsunami warning has been. The tsunami alert has been cancelled for the Aysén region, which is in Chile, much further south.
La alerta de tsunami fue cancelada para la región de Aysén. en el sur de Chile.
That is breaking news there. I'm trying to dig out any more late news here, but there aren't any at this time. Those of you who didn't know, sorry.
Chicago.
Okay, I didn't really hear that. In any case, those of you who are not aware, there have been 15.1 foot waves reported along the coast of Chile. I think I saw someone say 4.5 meters somewhere as well. I'm not sure how that relates to in feet, but 15.1 feet, 4.5 meters is probably around the same actually, come to think of it. So those are the figures we're talking about along the coast of Chile right now. There has been some flooding along the coast. There's been pictures of it. I'm not sure how extensive or serious that is. Jason?
Just in, a tsunami advisory now in effect for South California between San Onofre Beach and Ragged Point, California.
So now we have a tsunami advisory in effect for Southern California. Now tell us, if you can, Jason, what is a tsunami advisory? The wording there.
I'm not sure. I'm not American, but
well, usually they write underneath what it means.
Sabes, Vania, te amo.
There's a graphic there for the parts in California. That'll be.
I can't see anything that you send us unless you screen share it.
Oh, gee. Okay, I'll try and screen share.
Yeah, please try.
Okay, here
I just confirmed another aftershock of 6.5 near the coast of central Chile as well.
There's another aftershock. That makes it at least
tsunami advisories for those locations in California.
Ah, I see it, yeah. Well, that's interesting, covering Los Angeles as well. So there's the tsunami advisory. I'll try and find information on what exactly that means.
Yep.
As soon as I find out, I'll let everyone know. Anyone? Everyone. A tsunami advisory in effect for Hawaii. That's also the case. A major tsunami not expected. I'm just looking at the information here right now. More news on Hawaii. That's all about Hawaii. Any information about California there? But I'm not seeing anything at this time.
So I've had another aftershock.
Yeah, another one. That makes
6.5.
6. So several occurring in the 6 range here as well. So it's still not
It seems to
over.
be getting stronger again, Seven.
Remarkable. So there are lots of messages here. I'm just trying to find any information relating to California right now. Yes. Hold on one moment. I'm getting closer. I'm trying to get there. Devon, who's showing us this? Oh, what is this? Oh yes, I found the advisory. The advisory. So, coastal areas, tsunami advisory in effect for coastal areas of California from San Onofre State Beach, California, 45 miles southeast of LA, to Ragged Point, California, that's 50 miles northwest of San Luis Obispo. Impacts for tsunami advisory areas. A tsunami capable of producing strong currents or waves, dangerous to persons in or very near the water is expected. Currents may be hazardous to swimmers, boats and coastal structures and may continue for many hours after the tsunami arrival. Marcel.
Breaking news. The school is suspended in Valparaiso.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a surprise. I'd suspend my schools as well.
Haciendo esto. Saludos. Aquí.
Right.
Aquí en vivo. Dando de duro.
Okay. Caesar, Christian Predator has asked a question.
Christian. It says in what page you can see the arriving of the tsunami. In other words, pass the link.
Which one? The map that I'm showing on my screen right now. That's the tsunami travel times. It's.
I think he means in the tsunami travel.
Yeah, it's quite a long link.
Also breaking news.
Go ahead.
The president is going to talk in minutes. And minutes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sure. Well, that's obviously what a president does when a disaster like this happens along the coast of your country. And wonder if there'll be any news coming out of that. But what the news that we do know, there have been at least, 3 fatalities at this point. There have been several injuries, and there's been a significant amount of flooding as far as we can gather, and certainly a few structural failings as well. The current time is 2:02 AM UTC. It's been 3 hours and 8 minutes since the earthquake occurred. Caesar.
Yes, and now Diego says another aftershock just happened right now. So now are 16 aftershocks so far.
As far as we know, yeah.
Oh, that's a terrible photo.
What's that?
A terrible photo.
What do we look? Oh my goodness. Crazy. That, by the way, guys, is not real.
Overly exaggerated.
Yeah, well, typical, I guess. So, just to reaffirm what the information is, this earthquake occurred at, as I said, 10:54 PM UTC. Local time, that was 7:54 PM. The earthquake occurred 46 kilometers west of Villapel, Chile, 229 kilometers north-northwest of Santiago.
Oh, there's cell outages.
Sorry?
Cell phone outages.
Cell phone outages. That's another problem there. Power outages reported, cell phone outages reported. It's certainly disastrous for some areas. Rosemary says, isn't that an unusually high amount of aftershocks? Not necessarily. We did make 1 or 2 videos, Force 13 made 1 or 2 videos quite a while ago now. I remember one of the Japanese earthquake, and there were lots and lots of aftershocks that occurred as a result of that one. But then again, that was a huge earthquake. I suppose that one might be considered abnormal. What you're seeing right now certainly isn't. Marcel.
School suspended in Antofagasta.
Okay. School suspended in Antofagasta. At this time. John, are you still awake?
Oh Jesus, maybe he's asleep.
As John pulled a Daniel. You know, he fell asleep on one of our shows once.
Ethan.
Devon, is that you?
Yes.
Go ahead. have you got anything to add?
I know that the Hurricane Center is saying that whatever you pronounce it, that
Typhoon Kovan. Struggling to hear you.
I said I think that typhoon is gonna hit Japan.
I certainly don't think so. There was a tropical storm watch in effect for some of the Mariana Islands. Those have been deactivated. I'm just going to check Japan right now. That's what you're looking at there. You won't be looking at that for long because there's nothing to see there. I'm trying to find out the Japanese warnings right now. Just bear with me for a moment, if there are any. Whether there are warnings in effect for Japan as a result of... yes, I think there are. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this... show this. Oh no, there are no warnings in effect yet as a result of the storm Kovan. So Japan is still in the clear, so to speak, but the storm is in the area and could affect some of those Japanese islands. It won't affect the mainland.
It could cause.
It will recurve long before then. Could be very strong though, it has to be said, as it moves towards the north and northeast. Lee, any information for us?
Not currently at the moment. Still got that 6.5. That's the latest one.
So there's been no more aftershocks since then. What time did the 6.5 occur?
About 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago.
I'm not ruling out further aftershocks though.
Have you counted the aftershocks? Are we on 16? Is that right?
16.
Yes.
Good. So, well, obviously not good for Chile, but 16 aftershocks so far, ranging between magnitude around 5 and 7.9, which was the biggest one, the most recent being a 6.5, which in itself can be rather big and really significant.
Yeah, certainly.
17.
Alright, well guys, we're gonna finish up here, I think. Is there anything else you guys wanted to mention before we finish the show?
Nothing really. Only the same warnings that that we have told.
What was that?
I don't know.
Okay.
The Jenga tournament was suspended in Chile.
Oh, I see. Tournament suspended. Yeah, I think everything will be suspended there, at least for the next days. But there we are. That's all we're going to be talking about for now. Stay safe in Chile. Any more news, and we'll update the Facebook and Twitter page with any new information. Just search Force 13 on either of those mediums, all in text, Force 13, with the latest information on everything that's going on in terms of the earthquake and with the typhoon situation as well. We will also be going live, I suppose, I guess, probably in the next early tomorrow, I guess.
I think you should go live tomorrow again.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when, but as soon as we can. And if any of you guys on the Force 13 team would like to do it as well, you can go on Force 13 Extra and do your own live events. There we are. Just some final questions before we finish. Saul Garcia, where is it hitting now? I'm not sure what if you're referring to the earthquake. The tsunami is probably halfway up Chile by now, I expect. But aftershocks are still occurring in Chile right now. The earthquake itself occurred 3 hours ago. The typhoon headed towards Japan will probably not cause too much damage there, if any. Rosemary says, is it expected to cause mass damage as a tsunami? In Chile, it's going to be the worst than anywhere else. Whatever happens in Chile, it won't get any worse than that, I don't think. There is reports of flooding along the coast of Chile there.
Yeah.
And apparently tsunami warnings in effect for Hawaii, though I can't confirm that at this point, but there are at least watches going on there. So, tsunami warnings for New Zealand, definitely. Tsunami watches at least for Hawaii, Peru, Ecuador and Colombia. Tsunami advisory in effect for the coast of California near Los Angeles. Any last words, guys?
Well, only I'm gonna say that take care, be safe, and don't worry.
Thanks
That's all.
everyone for taking part this evening. We'll be back with more later today.
Kawaii.
Bye bye, people. Cuídense mucho.
Goodbye.
Right now.
Opa, pick up, gracias.